Okay, so picture this. It's the first day back at school after a long summer holiday, and I'm dreading it. Not because I have to actually work, I'd say I'm actually pretty good at school, but because I'm gonna need to walk up to the front of the class and explain to everyone, how was my summer vacation? It's stress-inducing. Fast forward to now, where every single new day of school, I go there knowing it's an opportunity for me to improve, for me to speak to people, for me to have a enjoyable social life. But how did I get to this? Because it wasn't an overnight thing. You see, after consuming every little thing I could, finding books, finding a bunch of videos on YouTube, finding podcasts, everything related to how to speak to people, how to be social, confidence, charisma, all the keywords, I realized it was so much information. Like, there was tons of things that they said you needed to think, to do, to say, and that was a terrible voice crack. And I was not prepared to do it all. So what did I do? I decided to create a mind map. By the way, I have an Instagram, check it out. I mean, I may not follow you back, but why not? Kind of a social blueprint, you could say. And in it, I decided to label all of the 4 main areas that's needed for being social. So there's, of course, looks, there's confidence, there's dialogue or speaking, and then there's presence. And in each of these 4 categories, there's also subcategories that would be expanded upon. So I'll have like an image on screen here so that I can explain it better. But for confidence, there's of course body language, a slower voice, a handshake that's really good, a confident smile. For looks, there is hygiene, well-fitted, clean clothes, and a physique,
Of course. For dialogue, there's not small talk, but big talk. There's giving funny stories, there's asking open-ended questions, there's making sure you are speaking less than them. And then for presence, there's active listening, there's body language mirroring, there's affirmations, like nodding your head when, the person is saying something to show you're listening. There is not interrupting them when they are speaking.
And I'll go over, all of these things in different videos, but what you need to know is that I decided, out of that entire massive list, to just focus on 2. Just 2 out of that massive category. I think it was like presence, so like being in the moment, as well as body language. And then I tried over the next few weeks to hone that to my best ability. And this allowed me to make way more progress than if I had tried to do everything at once. I'd really tried to just, have a social transformation. One day I'm just able to do all of these things, because I would have ended up forgetting them. I guaranteed I would have ended up stumbling over my words, thinking, wait, what else should I be doing right now? I should be like keeping my body like this, my hands like this. And it would have just been such a goofy, cringe look. And that's what you need to do. Stop trying to be everybody's like Casanova 007. Just pick 2 areas that you want to improve your social skills. Here, I'll give you 2 right now. Affirmations, so making sure you're listening to people, and hygiene, making sure that you always smell good when you're speaking to somebody. Focus on those 2 for the next 2 weeks, okay? And I guarantee you will make much better progress than if you just go for everything. Try to be every one of these social gurus that they tell you online. So for example, let's say hygiene and affirmation. What was it? Hygiene and affirmation, yeah. So now when you're at school, okay? When you're going up to the front of the desk, make sure that you're clean, you got some nice deodorant on, maybe a bit of cologne, your clothes, zero stains. That's a challenge I'm giving it to you. Never, ever have a stain on your clothes for the next 2 weeks, okay? If you have them, don't wear it out. And for presents, try to be there, okay? Try to be part of the conversation. Don't just nod your head like blindly listening, but actually focus on the person's words. And again, I'll make another video about how to actually be in the conversation. And as you're doing these goals, I want you to write them down, okay? In a notebook, in a piece of paper, even on your phone. And you can do this either in the morning before or in the evening before you go to sleep. Honestly, I think for me, it works better in the morning because I usually end up just forgetting when I'm about to go to sleep. But if it works for you in the evening, then, have at it. Because you need to be able to constantly be reminding yourself of what your mission is, what your goal is, and then you can reflect on that. Did it work? How can I improve? And this is literally how you make 8 times more progress. That's a random number I pulled out, but a lot more progress than just blindly watching a bunch of, social skills videos and then just walking up to school thinking that you know it all, So, all in all, instead of trying to mimic all of these different social aspects, social skills, social charismas that you want to master, just choose 2 to focus on at first. Hone in on those 2. Practice those daily with anybody you can find. And then from there, go on to another 2 and practice those 2. So, I hope this was helpful. Anyway, remember, take action, learn from failure. See ya.